Have you ever looked up at the sky and wondered what the clouds are thinking? I mean, they just drift along, day after day, like big fluffy ships on a blue ocean. But what if, one day, they just forgot what they were supposed to do? This is the story of a little town called Meadowbrook, a place nestled in a valley so green it looked like a painter's dream. The people of Meadowbrook loved their town, their gardens, and especially the gentle rains that kept everything lush and alive. But one Tuesday, something strange happened. The clouds gathered, big and grey and promising, just like they always did. The townsfolk brought in their laundry, covered their picnic tables, and waited, but not a single drop of rain fell. The next day, the same thing. The clouds looked heavy, almost burdened, but they just couldn't remember how to let go. The flowers in Mrs. Gable's prize-winning garden started to droop. The cheerful gurgle of the town creek quieted to a whisper. The farmers stared at their thirsty fields, a worried crease forming on their brows. The children, who usually loved to splash in puddles, looked at the dry ground with disappointment. The world was losing its sparkle. A clever little girl named Lily, who spent more time looking at the sky than at her schoolbooks, had an idea. She noticed the clouds weren't just grey, they looked sad. They've forgotten how to be happy, she told her grandfather, and you can't make rain if you're not happy. Her grandpa, a man with a twinkle in his eye, just smiled. Then maybe, he said, we need to remind them. So Lily hatched a plan. It was a silly, wonderful, brilliant plan. She gathered all the children in the town. They brought out everything that made them happy. They flew the most colourful kites they could find, sending reds, yellows, and blues dancing up towards the sky. They blew giant shimmering soap bubbles that floated up, catching the sunlight like tiny floating rainbows. The town baker, Mr. Henderson, fired up his ovens, and the sweet smell of cinnamon buns and fresh bread wafted upwards, a delicious, comforting hug in the air. The town musician, old Mr. Fitzwilliam, brought out his accordion. He played the liveliest, most joyful tunes he knew. Soon everyone was clapping, dancing, and singing in the town square. They weren't just singing to each other, they were singing to the clouds. They sang songs about the joy of a cool rain on a hot day, about the magic of a rainbow, and about the pitter-patter sound on the rooftops that lulled them to sleep. Slowly, something magical began to happen. The heavy, sad grey of the clouds started to soften. A little bit of light peeked through. They saw the dancing children, the colourful kites, the shimmering bubbles. They smelled the sweet bread and heard the joyful music. It was like a memory, a feeling they had long forgotten. And as they watched the pure, simple happiness of the town below, a little rumble, like a chuckle, echoed through the sky. Then it happened. A single fat drop of water fell, landing right on the tip of Lily's nose. She giggled. Then another fell, and another. Soon, a gentle, happy shower was falling all over Meadowbrook. It wasn't a sad, grumpy storm, but a cheerful, life-giving rain. The flowers perked up, the creek began to sing again. And the children, led by Lily, threw their heads back and opened their mouths to taste the sweet, happy rain. The clouds had remembered. They remembered that their job wasn't just a duty. It was a joy. It was about sharing, giving, and being part of the beautiful cycle of life. Sometimes, even clouds need a little reminder of what it feels like to be happy. And sometimes, the simplest acts of joy are the most powerful magic of all. I hope this little story brought a smile to your face. If you enjoyed our trip to Meadowbrook, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.